You experienced racism. Why didn't you walk away?
That's a really good question.
You're a politician.
You read the polls. I'm not a politician. I don't read the polls.
Yeah, you
I
are
sit
a
in Judiciary
politician.
Committee. No,
you are very definitely a politician.
No.
The very fact that there were not people who looked like you...
Hold on. I'm only halfway through my answer.
Is secret schooling happening across Afghanistan for girls?
It does.
You simply can't assume that.
Actually, yes, you can.
Hard Talk on BBC News.
This is BBC News live from London with our continuing coverage of the coronation of Their Majesties King Charles and Queen Camilla. Despite the rain, the huge crowds came to Buckingham Palace today to greet the royal party. A moment in history as the St Edward's crown was placed on the King's head by the Archbishop of Canterbury at Westminster Abbey.
God save the King!
God save the King!
Camilla was the first Queen Consort to be crowned since the late Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, in 1937. There was a personal moment between King and heir. William wishes his father good luck with a kiss.
I, William, Prince of Wales, pledge my loyalty to you, and faith and truth I will bear unto you, as your liege man of life and limb. So help me God.
After the ceremony, the royal couple headed back to Buckingham Palace as the crowds cheered along the Mall. And the weather caused a scaled-down flypast, though the red arrows delighted the crowds. Good evening. The light just fading here at Buckingham Palace. There is Queen Victoria holding the orb on the memorial in front of Buckingham Palace. The only light this evening, gold victory, the wings of victory, which are shimmering above her in these dark leaden skies. This evening still the rain falls. Most of the people have now left, just a few stragglers here still soaking in the atmosphere of the day, and what a day it's been. In fact, no event like it in 7 decades. King Charles III has been crowned in a ceremony rich with music and symbolism at London's Westminster Abbey. Here is the King taking the oath on a Bible, promising to fulfil his duties as monarch. His Queen, Camilla, was also crowned in a service which included representatives from a range of faiths across the UK and the Commonwealth. The coronation was watched by world leaders, including 90 heads of state, and also celebrities inside the Abbey. Millions watched around the world. Here was the First Lady Jill Biden. Not here President Biden, he remained in the United States, but the French President was here, Emmanuel Macron, along with the First Lady of Ukraine, Elena Zelenska. Also in the Abbey, the leaders of Commonwealth countries, and also the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, who gave a reading from the Bible during the service. In the most sacred part of the service, the King was shielded from public view by the screens, while choristers sang Handel's Zadok the Priest, performed at every coronation since the early 18th century. Prince William also made a pledge of loyalty to King Charles before members of the congregation were invited to offer their own support. And outside, thousands of people lined the streets to see the King and Queen as they returned to Buckingham Palace in the gold state coach first used in 1831. The flag-waving crowd cheered as the coach, drawn by 8 horses, drove by. They were accompanied by a procession made up of 4,000 military personnel who were marching in step. And a short while afterwards, the new King and Queen appeared on the balcony of Buckingham Palace with other members of the royal family, though the King's brother, the Duke of York, Prince Andrew, and his son, the Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry, were not there. The watching royals were treated to a military flypast over the palace, which, of course, included the iconic red arrows. It was, though, a day full of security, and there were several hundred anti-monarchy protesters in Trafalgar Square who jeered during the service as it was relayed to crowds, and then several demonstrators were arrested. That followed the passing of a new law in Britain this week to toughen rules on public protests. Our royal correspondent Nicholas Witchell has been watching all the events.